Today we're going to look at how we create assignments for our classes within Google Classroom. The first thing you're going to need to do is go into the classwork tab for your chosen class. In here you can see that I've got no lessons and no topics created at the moment. I'm going to create a topic first, just to give an example of how a heading might look inside Google Classroom. And you can have a range of these headings to separate sections of work. When you're ready to create your assignment, you click the Create button again, and you'll see that there are a range of different options which we'll explore in other videos. When I choose to start my assignment, I'll click Assignment, and I'll be presented with this page. This page will give me the opportunity to populate the content for my lesson. So I can create in here a title and give instructions to students on what it is that they need to do with the resources that we're going to provide them with. So my title and instructions are written in these boxes. So you always have to write a title for the lesson, but in terms of instructions, they are optional. When you're ready to add some resources to your lesson, simply click the Add button. And the Add button will give you 4 options. So you'll have the Google Drive, which will give you access to your own Google Drive that you're signed in on, but equally will give you access to any files that you've been shared with, or any drives that you're a participant in as well. So any shared drives that you are on, you'll be able to access as well. If you want to add links, simply click the Link button, and you can add something like the BBC article, BBC website, sorry, and that will give you a direct link then to the BBC webpage. You can add files, and this is where you'll be given the option to upload a file directly from your computer that you're using, and YouTube will allow you to add YouTube videos. You'll also see that you've got a Create button, and this gives you an option to create a fresh document from the Google suite of applications and add that directly into your presentation. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to add Google Slides, I'm going to add the Google document as well, and these will then get added into my lesson. Now I can then obviously add content to those documents, rename them and so forth, and that will create some content for the lesson. Equally, the same is true as if you've added it in from your Google Drive. Now, you'll also notice when I've added my Google documents that I've presented with a drop-down bar here. So there are 3 options that I presented with. Students can view the file, so they can look at what it is that you've added. Students can edit the file, so it may well be that you want them to have the rights to edit or tweak a file. Just remember, when selecting this option, that means that everyone who has set this assignment can edit the same file, or make a copy for each student. So every member of your class that you're setting this work to will have their own version of this document saved for you to be able to then look at. This doesn't work if you're uploading Microsoft format files. So if you were to upload a PowerPoint or a Word document in its traditional Microsoft format, you won't have the opportunity to set this as a copy for each student. They'll just be standard view only. So it may be worthwhile considering converting those documents into Google formats. And I can give support with that in an alternative video. Once you've added the resources that it is that you wish to have on your lesson, you can then look over to the right-hand side where we can start to change some of the settings about how we want this assignment to be distributed. So firstly, make sure that you have the right class selected. Secondly, all students. It may well be that you wish to set this for individual students. Now, in this case, I haven't got any students assigned to this class, but you would have your class list of students within this. You can pick and choose who it is that you want to assign it to. If you're assessing through Google Classroom, you can award a set number of points for this lesson, or you can have it as an unmarked assignment. The due date, so you can set a deadline on when it is that this work is to be submitted. Pick the date which is relevant for yourself. You may wish to choose to have no due date on it. The topic in itself, as you saw earlier, I created a heading for the demo topic. I could at this point create a new topic, and this will just be where it gets placed under a subheading. If you have it under no topic, it will just get placed at the top of your classwork stream. The rubric will be where you can create some marking assessments for this assignment, and that will be covered off in another video rather than in this one. When you're ready to assign this to your students, you can simply click Assign and it will go live straight away. You may wish to explore some of the more advanced options. So using this drop-down, you have the option to schedule, save a draft, discard the draft. Discarding the draft would be you would get rid of this lesson entirely. Saving it would mean you could come back to it at a later date. And scheduling it means that you can assign this lesson for a time and date in the future. Just as before, you're presented with a calendar. You can pick the day in which you wish for it to be set, a time, so it could be that you choose for it to automatically present to the students at the start of the lesson, and then go ahead and click Schedule. When you click Schedule, you'll see, because I hadn't put it into a topic, it goes in the bottom. If that's happened, not a problem. You can drag it into the subheading you wish, and you'll see here that the demo lesson is scheduled for the 26th of September at 8 AM. I can edit settings if I want to go back into that lesson using this radio button here, If I click here, edit, delete, move up, move down, obviously as and when there's other things there. When I click edit, it takes me back to the lesson and I can tweak, reschedule, change anything that I need to within the lesson.